Okay, so Jet is just being a menace back there. All right, I have like forehead wrinkles from my hat. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. So anyway, today I was journaling this morning and I was talking about a lot, like I think the first line that I wrote when I was journaling was, I'm drowning here. And I was just like driving to work today and thinking about like all of the suffering that I have endured, and that that things don't come easy. It might seem like it does, but it really doesn't for me. So I was having a talk with God today, and I was like, why do I have to suffer? And when does my breakthrough or like my happiness come in? And I know a lot of people feel that way as well. And then I was really thinking about it today, and it's all about like dis-ease, especially according to like the Yoga Sutras, like self-doubt. I think I talked about this in my video from the other day. Like self-doubt, self-worth, laziness, all of that stuff is dis-ease in the Yoga Sutras. So I've been reading this really great book. It's called Inside the Yoga Sutras, and the lighting isn't great, but it talks about, like, it breaks all the Yoga Sutras down into like layman's terms so you can understand it. So I have been really enjoying this, and every time I read something, it always pertains to whatever is going on in my life. So in my journaling session this morning, I was talking about like why I feel like I'm always suffering, why things don't come easy, why is it always so hard, and I feel like I'm, cultivating negative energy in my field when I say these things. And I know like a lot of other people have these same, negative energies around them, because I listen to it all the time from everybody. So I'm here to tell you to get out of that self-doubt, because that is a negative energy and it puts a block to your abundances, right? So anything negative can block the positive. So it's always important to create mantras in your mind to make sure that you are always elevating your energetic levels. So anyway, I'm reading this book and we're into Pada 2, and it just nails everything and puts it all together from what I've been feeling recently. And it says accepting pain. So pain can be suffering or feeling like you're drowning, or negative things that are going on in your world. Accepting pain as help for purification, study, and surrender to the Supreme Being constitute yoga in practice. And I was at the ocean before, literally contemplating a lot of things and reflecting about a lot of things that have been happening in my life, and where I'm going to go moving forward, and where life's going to take me, and all of that stuff. And I realized that I have a lot of fear, and there's no reason to have fear, because fear, what do they say? Fear is the root or the killer of dreams. I don't know. That's not the right saying, but something like that. And that is a low vibrational energy. So as I was at the ocean today, I was like, oh my God, I have all of these realizations, blah, blah, blah. And I kept going into the water, and I felt like I was being cleansed, like over and over and over again, like I was being reborn, rebirth. And then I realized like I had my lapis lazuli on, and that is related to the goddess Isis. And then there were like big hawks and like ospreys like overhead, and that is related to Horus. And I was just like feeling really connected to all of that goddess energy. And I was like, why the hell do I have fear? What am I afraid of? Honestly, seriously. Like, we could build businesses, we could do all of these things. What are we scared of? So basically, my realization that I had today is, okay, so the pain and the suffering are lessons, right? So also, like, rejection is God's protection. So if you ever get rejected, you're being protected from, things that you can't see. So always remember that. And then sometimes like that rejection brings pain, but like this pain that comes through us are just lessons. And they're lessons, they could be lessons from past lives, from, current events, childhood traumas, all of these things. Basically, these triggers come up within us so that we can purify them and advance into the next stage of life, wherever that takes us. So I finally figured it all out, is that the pain and the suffering that I've been feeling is just purification for my own energetic field, and to, download the messages and anchor them into the universe. So that was a cool realization that I had. And then it says in the book that anything that happens, no matter how painful, can be used for spiritual growth. And everything truly is for the good, our good. Even though we can't see the light in the darkness when we're going through it, it's building you and shaping you and molding you for something better than you could have ever imagined. Like, I keep saying that, like, I'm being prepared for something. Like, God is hiding me for something, and I'm being prepared for, some sort of union, some sort of reconciliation. And that is why I have been having to cleanse and purify and do all of these things. And I am just being guided by it. It's not like I'm like, oh, I need to cleanse and purify. It's like, oh, like today I have this urge to clean out all of my clothes and get rid of 10 bags of clothes from my past that I no longer resonate with. That is purging and creating space for new energy to come in and to enter into your life. So it also says, like, no pain, no gain. So I kind of like that in the aspect of spiritual healing and spiritual growth, as opposed to like exercise and physical fitness. So yes, we do need to go through pain for purification. And then it goes into like different parts, and then it talks about like studying, and like how study in yoga is aimed at helping practitioners achieve self-realization. So basically forming, like creating wisdom within to learn more about yourself and who you are, to have that clear and steady mind, and just go into who you truly are and what your truth is. Knowledge is very powerful. So always educating yourself, always listening to messages from the divine, looking for signs and synchronicities. Like, I've been seeing 333 and 111 like crazy recently, and that's all about being guided and protected by my guides and new beginnings. And then surrender. So I think I might have talked about this in the last video about surrendering. Hi, Jet. Jet. Little crazy dude. So surrender is the voluntary letting go of limited personal desires for the sake of a greater and more fulfilling experience. So I talked about in the last video of how, like, you think you have it all planned out, you think you have a plan, you think this person's the one, or, you know, holding on to outcomes and expectations from an outside source, and really it's you can't hold on to these things. You have to actually let them go and fully surrender and just like fully jump into the void and into the unknown. And yeah, so it says it often takes the form of dedicating the fruits of our actions to God or humanity. And normally we try to keep the fruits of our efforts for ourselves. After all, it was our thought and energy that brought the rewards. We did the work, we deserve to be paid, but spiritual life takes a different view. Jet in the background. So, like, having that, like, taking yourself out and away from the situation and being the observer of these things and letting go and surrendering, you get a greater sense spiritually of your truth. It's so crazy, all of this stuff. But yeah, so I had this crazy realization, and now I am like, what the hell am I afraid of? Because whatever's meant for me will come to me. Like, whatever's meant for you will find you, and it will come in clear, and it will come in with no confusion. And if there is confusion, if there is fear and lack mindset and all of these low vibrational energies, it's just going to block you from elevating, from becoming higher vibe. And really, we don't want to sit in suffering and pain anymore. We want to learn the lessons. We want to alchemize. We want to ascend. I think that is why all of us came here to Earth School to do all of these things. And if you don't understand what I am saying, I will dive deeper into all of these things. But yeah, so pain and suffering leads to greater lessons and purification. And that is why we go through these crazy things. So yeah, that's the message that I have for today. And I think it really coincides well with what I was like already channeling and journaling this morning. And I had that realization, and I hope this helps you move through whatever pain and suffering that you are enduring at this time or in the future. And that it's just meant for purification, for something better and something greater to come into your life. We have to let go and release old energy in order for the new energy, our new timelines, or alignment with our new timelines to come in. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say besides that. But anyway, hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed day, and thanks for listening. Mwah.